All right, everyone. I put the link up there. Anybody brave enough to join us on the old question and answer here? Trying a new thing, not doing as many newbie questions and that kind of stuff on Wednesdays. Trying to make Wednesdays a lot more of an advanced chat. Oh man, the phone said we're live on YouTube. Appreciate that.
Da-da-da.
So yeah, who we got here tomorrow? Some Russell Ram. I used to work at Amazon Seller Support. Nice. Georgia. A pox on Bama, stealing our coach. It's a damn shame. It's a long 48 hours without a coach. Somebody had to sacrifice. We appreciate your sacrifice. Now you get a look. Hey, flip it good. Mark, Dark Horse, Jack, me, Phil, Sawtooth, Miss Patricia. What is the next book? Never Split the Difference. Chris Voss, Voss. Hey Dave, Marjorie. Good evening, Grumpy Granny. I will throw the link one more in case you or that octopus want to come say hello. Hey, Demonte, Dave, Chastity, Sean, John, Ron. I've talked to you today. I don't have to say anything to you again. All right, Chris. Did we miss the granny pants? No, I hadn't put any on yet. Unless y'all are requesting I put some. I sold some. Somebody bought 2 pairs. Yeah, those things are huge.
Only 7,000 more to go.
All right, cool, Patricia. I'll make sure I tell everybody that it is on. I'll just get it on Audible. I want to be able to listen to it whenever. 2 hours in, 4 hours to go. So the next book. So if you guys don't know what the ladies are talking about, trying to read a minimum of one business book a month. And so the book for January is Profit First. Great start. We talked about the book Monday night. Internet died. We went again Tuesday night. Good discussion about setting up your business and it should make profit and pay your salary right to start. And it's just a lot of concepts like setting up. It's almost like the way a 401k works. You just take the money out and get used to not having it there, and that way you're allocating your money towards to the 5 accounts that the book suggests. It's a great book. Did I get your? I probably did not see it, Joey Jugger, but I will look. So there's the book there. I listened to it on audiobook. I'm going to listen to it again this weekend, and then I'm actually 2 books in this year already. I did. John suggested Built to Sell, and so that was a book that really helped him, and really it's a book about entrepreneurs and the way you should structure your business in order to make it a sellable entity. And that's not my goal, even though the book was well written and I understand the concepts. I didn't get a ton out of it that I could use because I'm not really building a sellable business. I understand that, so I'm all right with that, because the biggest thing about building a sellable business is you got to build yourself out of it. And mostly what I do is dependent on my knowledge. So, yeah. So, Mark, why are your sales slow for you? Cannot answer. Product mix, probably. If I was guessing, it'd be product mix. Product mix, price. Pick your pick. Those are generally the two. It's what you're selling and how much you're selling it for. Generally, the 2 monsters that cause sales to be slow. RG clearance fines. Man, what are y'all doing? Y'all can't even hold Auburn alumni on your staff anymore. You lost 2 in the last 2 days. What the hell? Loving is free ups labels. I ordered ups labels this week, and the boxes and the labels, neither one of them showed up. I need to ask Johnny if they came when I wasn't looking.
Phil, tearing it up.
So the next book is about negotiating, and I'm terrible at negotiating. Terrible. No
You don't
such
like
thing.
the haggle?
Hopefully I'm gonna get better at it.
I love the haggle. I was kind of raised on the haggle.
Yeah, I've never done much of that, so hopefully I'll get better at it. Harlan's tried to teach me; he's really good at. Hey, Trina, how are you, dear? Um, you said you were going to rebuild to sell, Trina. I read it. I didn't do a lot for me. Maybe it was better for you because I know you have two businesses, but there's yeah. Um, so Sean said his father is a master negotiator.
I've I worked at Home Depot for 4 years, and I saw customers come in and they made deals with the manager while I watched on, and the manager gave them deals. It's a retail
Right.
big
No,
box store.
no.
They
Some certain stores managers have some leeway to do what they need to do.
they if you got the guts and the cojones to negotiate, you can generally get a better deal. Never pay retail, folks.
Mark, it shouldn't show that much shipping. I'll look at it. Let me see what kind of shipping I got for it. I don't think have I shipped it yet. Yeah, I shipped it already. I've got two listed so far. Uh, eBay.
Negotiating at Walmart. I've never
Uh,
tried it, but I bet it could be done, RG.
I've heard people being successful with it. I looked at something. I have the things turned upside down. I'm like, holy hell! Why is it saying I sold an AE1 camera that I don't have? Because I have the order of paid inverted. So when I'm shipping, if I use the eBay site, come on. Yeah, today alone I have sold five pairs of six, 7 pairs of big girl panties today. Can y'all believe that? 6 pairs of big girl grannies, 7 pairs, two, two, one, and two. That's seven. They're all going to the well, two, four, five are going to one person, and two are going to another. That's outstanding, right there. That's what that is. The Guitar Hero that I sold. Holy, where did it go to that? It got so much shipping. Somebody paid $67 shipping on that guitar. Holy yeah, I screwed that up and they still sold. I still sold it. Holy crap! That that was just to Tennessee. Why did it charge so much shipping? I'm not mad at it, but damn. I guess I'll check. No, that's probably why the other one hasn't sold.
You liar, Sadie, you did once and you took less. Don't give me that crap. I know, that was about a year ago. Sadie took a deal.
Yeah, I'll check that. Uh,
Sadie, Sadie, you liar. You liar.
uh, Larry, you got to be good at something. I guess my talent is supplying big women, helping them cover up their nether regions. That's I really didn't want to be known for that, but
Uh,
all right, we'll check on that in a minute.
Come
Doesn't
on,
make
Sadie. No, it didn't turn out. Yeah, you made your
uh,
money, but
so the big girl panties. I got some over here. These aren't necessarily as big. These are only mediums, but they're flexies. I have a few of the. I found some of the mediums and smalls left, so They're over there to list tomorrow. Um, but yeah, so I've got them. So,
Right,
so
Phil?
I've got them. I've got them set up as you can buy one. If you buy a second one,
Cha-ching.
um, using too much power. That's okay. If you buy two, you get 8% off. If you buy three or more, you get 15% off. And or it's 8, 12, and 15 or something, or 16 or something like that. So I try to encourage people to buy more than one. They're on sale right now with everything else. So remember, I've got like 40 cents in these things, 50 cents in these things. And so, if a person instead of buying one for 7.99 buys two for 15, shipping goes from 4 ounces to 8 ounces. That's not a big thing. That's not a big deal. And so I'd much rather give them some savings. Um, yeah, Lisa, that was not directed at you, but yeah. Uh, but I even have some medium, so there you go. I think I have like two of the smalls too. But Mark said maybe my sales are slow because I turned off promoting.
Mm.
Um, DS, no. I'm actually wearing. The only thing I got for Christmas was underwear. I'm wearing new underwear from Christmas. I know that's
Woohoo!
exciting. Everybody was wondering, and I'm like, there you go, right there.
The beard's got
Uh,
clean ass underwear.
Amazon is slow. Then Amazon being slow would definitely be problem. I haven't had any problems with Amazon. Backyard Mom, what's up? Hey, drummer. Um, Todd. So what do you promote at?
So,
3%.
okay, I've got 1,400 listings. When my listings drop below, so I've got like 7 pages of listings. When the items drop off of my first page, I promote all of them to the end, like 6 through 7, 5.1%. The first 100 I don't promote. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
Um,
So folks, there's some theory behind that. If you have the the first few days, you probably shouldn't promote. You shouldn't need to promote because the newly listed bump it should be enough to cover. So
that's what I'm talking. Early listings, I let them ride for a while before I start promoting, which when I list 5 a day, that could be that could be a month's worth of listings before I start promotions on the rest. So after it passes the first 100 listings, 5.1% across the board.
I think I am 10.5 is my max on, and I use the um, let eBay pick. I have noticed that. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this or not, but seems like promoted listings have come down a little bit. Has anybody else noticed that? I haven't seen a suggestion of a 16 in quite a long time. It feels like, as I've been listening here lately, that I've been getting, they've dropped a couple 3%, maybe 2%. Um, how how did he choose 5.1?
It's it was just, I mean, I wasn't doing I tried 2% and it was okay. And then I went jumped it to 5 point I figured if somebody had 5.5%, I would do one tenth of a percent better at
More right.
5.1 and put it there, and it's It's been pretty good for me.
I think a lot of it depends on what items you're selling and those kind of things.
Yeah. I have a ton of stuff that nobody else has, so
And you have multiples of it.
some things, yes.
Larry, that's
But
a good point. I think a lot of people, as December, Christmas, and the end of the fourth quarter was slower than usual. I bet a lot of people raised promotions trying to get sales at the last 2 or 3 weeks, and then now they've taken those away and then put it back to normal. I would bet.
Sadie, you might be right. I hate to agree with you.
I hate to, okay, so you went 2 for 2 with that comment, Sadie. Congratulations. You'll be viewer of the night for the next 10 minutes. After that, after 10 minutes expire, we have to take the title back from you.
We have to shift
Um,
it off.
but I think you're 100% correct. I think, and I would even tell you that uh, you missed one. I would tell you missed one. That's why you only get 10 minutes worth.
Hmm.
You missed price. If you would have added price instead of etc, would just type out the word price, you'd have been the man. It's
Man,
still at the end of the day, it is still about what you're selling and for how much. And then so that's really the important part of the buying. You've got to buy right, and you've got to buy the right things, and then you've got to make good. I mean, you could take it in a couple steps. Buy right, buy at the right price, list often, list accurately, and follow what's eBay's guidance is. eBay's guidance is, you know, we want you on the platform listing. We want you to list using all the item specifics, and then we want it promoted. So you kind of tick all the boxes. There are so many people would. So Marjorie says add in sell through rate. Yeah, put in it on your little list. Items over 100% sell through, and then you're perfect. You forgot about cleavage.
leg and cleavage, yeah.
How can you forget about boobs? What the hell? Um,
So I have a small celebration.
so Chris Doherty says, that's
I
nice.
I sell 20 hours a week max. I'm a retired old ass school teacher. Who does that? Who does that?
Um, so Chris, I would challenge you if you've got 200 out of 1,000 listens with 0 views in 30 days. I would really take a look at the listings too and see if they have anything in common. I would definitely look over your price. It's not just about promotions at that point. With that many, I would look at your titles again. I would look at your pictures. Uh, you know, it it doesn't hurt to put like a foot or a leg or a finger in a picture. That always helps. Um, it says monster. Now they're referring to you as monster. Yeah, he only does eBay. Monster only does eBay.
I I don't want to branch out and I don't have to. So suck all you Amazon sellers.
And notice we said fingers and toes. We didn't say anything like we were talking about in John's chat. So there's got to be all these used women's underwear I've got. I've got like 6,900 pairs. There's got to be a market for if I wear some of them and then sell women's underwear worn by men and call it Moose Knuckle Incorporated and see what happens.
Look at it. Look at it.
I'm looking at it, looking at it. There's got to be a way to market that.
Who who sells on part time, 20 hours a week
Trina,
max?
Are they? Is it with the regular stuff? Regular? Because I went into one CVS, I didn't see any of them, and I went to a CVS that usually has all the stuff. But is it with the normal holiday stuff? Then I looked at their Christmas clearance and it was terrible.
Now that's gross. I do pay up on a lot of stuff. I sold some silver coins I paid up on. I sold a couple of gold coins I paid up on. But yeah,
Yeah, I looked at that store and I did not find them. So there we go. But it's and so let's see. eBay Monster's secret to success is he has found a source where and people go, oh, it's only local to him. Hell, he drives to an hour and a half to get there. So it's not like it's in his backyard. He puts in some effort to get there, but they sell in multiples, and so he can buy 20 of an item, 30 of an item at an auction, and
the, these are my bids on Sunday's auction. I'm betting on 30 items currently.
30 items. You went to 4 locations and found them in one. All right.
I
How far do I drive? So Thursday I was in Tupelo, Mississippi. If that gives you any, and I live in Alabama, so I was one state over. About halfway out there, I stopped in Red Bay, Alabama, and was looking around, and I noticed, wait a minute, my brakes sound like hell. When I realized they were metal on metal, and I'm like, I'm already halfway into this gig. I might as well go and just every time I hit the brakes, just cringe and listen to them. And so, first thing I did was buy some rotors and pads on eBay. They will be here. I don't know. Let's check the tracking on these things. Purchase history. I got a message from him saying that these are the right ones. They will be shipped. Estimated delivery is Saturday, June 13th. See, this is what's wrong with eBay, folks. I'm gonna tell you right here. This is what's wrong with eBay. Um, the estimated shipping on that was was Tuesday to Thursday, but now the shipping is Saturday. When I ordered them at 8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m., he sent me a message to confirm it. I immediately confirmed it on my phone what it was. And so how does it gain? If I'd have known that it was going to add 2 more days, I would not have bought them from him. I'd have bought them from somebody else. They're coming from New Jersey. I understand there's a holiday in there, so there's a 1 day pinch, but that should have been latest Thursday. So how does you know they're not even? Let's see if what they're marked as. It's just very frustrating to deal with the shipping for these. It says order shipped. View order. How is the order shipped? There's no track package. Shipped to you Thursday. Nothing else. They're not at a location. They're not picked up. They're not nothing.
what was it?
Brake pads. My rotors and brake pads.
Oh my god. How is it already shipped if you don't have tracking? That's BS.
No, there's a tracking number. It just says order created or whatever it says. Tracking number created. But
So
how does eBay count that as shipped? Tracking number created.
it ain't shipped.
In my book, it ain't shipped.
Hmm.
But if you get these larger companies, you would think they would be better at this kind of stuff. But they take so long to get you anything. Patricia, Amazon does move it around, but at least they're generally on their word. Let's see my Amazon order. I don't order an Amazon thing. So then I'm like, no problem. I will. I got the truck. I told Jennifer's like, now what are you gonna do? Steal Johnny's car? Because I was on the phone with Jennifer. I'm like, no, I'll just drive the truck. So I get home, battery's dead. I'm like, thought it was kind of dead because I tried to set the alarm and it didn't beep or anything. And so I left one of the back doors open or cracked, and so it had the light on. So I killed the battery. So I set the charger on it last night when I got, or yeah, last night when I got home. This morning I get up, it's raining. I run around the rain trying to unplug the charger without getting electrocuted, and throw the key in the truck. Truck starts up, but the truck is running rough like this. I'm like, I know what that is. I know what that is. Them MF and little mice have bitten more wires. Sure enough, sure enough, the number 5 cylinder. I'm looking at it, and there's two little bare wires sitting there. So now I need a let's see what it's called. Amazon, your orders. Um, Arriving tomorrow by 5 p.m. Are they still out? They are shipped. See all updates. Carrier picked up the package in Atlanta, Georgia, and there's no other. You think that's coming tomorrow? Carrier
Cha-ching.
Carrier picked up the package in Atlanta, and it's in Georgia tonight. Any chance in hell that comes tomorrow? But it's the part they ate is this part. The wires to go. That's the top of the ignition coils. Little assholes. So so now what am I doing? I'm gonna tell you. Are you? Y'all have to tell me if you want a video about these things. Let me find the uh let me find the video. I'm gonna build a PVC mouse and rate bait trap and set along the side of the driveway. And we're gonna I'm gonna make a video about it. We're gonna call it Mouse Witch because I'm declaring all kinds of war on little mouse. It's Mouse Witch. I'm gonna kill them all. So yeah, so that's what I'll be doing. What will the beer be doing tomorrow? I'll be building PVC mouse traps. It's gonna be raining, cats and dogs here, all kinds of crazy tomorrow. So I'm gonna be building PVC mouse traps.
You have got to do a video. There's so many videos that could come out of that. Oh, you've got to do it.
I wish I had a big cat. I wish I had a cat suit or something. I'd walk around and making them and be calling it Mousewitz. Yeah. So that's what. Uh, because if I don't, it's gonna be so cold next week. They're gonna try to get back in the truck, and I killed one in the van last week. Little buttholes. So yeah, I like that it shows it stays on your phone too, so I can just look at Mouse Witch. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do right there.
Get them.
We're gonna
Get them.
we're gonna build them. So I'm gonna watch his video on how to build them, and then I'm gonna build them.
Oh, Roman, you suck. I hate your guts.
Hey, I'm with the Texans. You guys have got an Alabama coach.
Boom.
He was a former All-American linebacker at Alabama. Your head coach.
Da da da.
A lot of people were saying he needs to come coach Alabama, but yeah, he's not going to lead the pros. He just got there, man. He took them from the worst record to the playoffs. He's got a good quarterback. He's in a good spot.
Dang, Pat, 40 degrees. Sheesh.
Yeah, Patricia. So what it is the coating on the wiring is made with some kind of soy product, and that's why they're eating them.
It's sweet to rabbits and mice.
Don't worry, I'm gonna feed. I'm now in the mouse feeding business. I am going to feed them little green squares.
Roman, you suck. No, they won't.
So who are y'all playing? Cleveland?
Cowboys play Green Bay. I forget
Who's the Texans
Texans.
play?
Ah, crap.
He's messing
I
with
got.
Flacco. He must be talking about the Texans.
Um,
I have not kept up. I have been pretty. And I just wanted to tell all you Washington Husky fans.
Browns. Oh, he's rooting for the Browns. That's what. That's
Yeah,
what
that's why
he's
he's messing
after.
with because they're playing Houston. Houston has our coach, has our. All you Washington Husky fans, I'd like to tell you I appreciate you guys allowing us to take your coach in our great time of need and sorrow as Saban is retired to spend his 70s not chasing around kids on footballs. We were in great, desperate need of a football coach, and the University of Washington was happy to let us have their coach. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. Uh, I have got nothing done the last 2 days. I'm wondering who the all the craziness going on, and all the show, watching all the football shows, and well, I did go sourcing on Thursday, so I was kind of, but all day today, I was no good Wednesday after they retired. It's just terrible. Yeah, I feel I was just, somebody started off the show by telling me that they wanted to put a whatever on a hex on Alabama for taking their coach. um, yeah, but so I mean, I barely got the only shipping I did today was whatever had to go out today. I didn't even try to catch up. I'm like, you know what? I'm just getting shipping out of here. That's got to go today. Yeah, yeah. Flacco's old. If he takes a hit, he might not get back up.
Hmm.
I wouldn't. Todd might have told you he's moving, but Gwen's probably gonna tell him to take his butt back to his office. So, Marjorie, they've been experimenting with some of that stuff. Some of the games during the year are only available on Amazon Prime and that kind of. So they're. I don't get that you've got a playoff game that you want to put on Peacock. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Pat, where's my crew tonight? Nobody wants to come in and see me and Todd. So, did I post the link? Man, anybody who wants to can come in. We'll be happy to entertain you. Um, so I got to find another book. So I'm gonna, since it's free on YouTube, I might go ahead and get a head start on Split the Difference and Never Split the Difference with Chris Voss. Maybe I'll listen to that in here tomorrow. I don't care too much about football. Pro football doesn't. I mean, I'll watch it, but it doesn't do a ton for me.
Hmm.
I was way more interested in who was going to be our coach than it's a day of mourning in the state of Alabama that Saban came in. We find out at 5 o'clock Wednesday. Harlan sends me a message talking about, did you see Saban's retired? I'm like, I called him. I'm like, are you just messing with me? What the hell? No, I'm not messing with you.
Hmm.
I guess y'all are still trying to dry out your place.
Jeez. How do you have flooding in Arizona? But they did it.
Lonely on Fridays.
Mm.
Why are you lonely on Fridays? Not
Pat.
just Fridays, not any other day.
Well, especially Fridays.
Hi,
So
Pat.
did you find
I
somebody to help you unload that truck?
no. My son Joshua Big Red helped. Thank because I tell you it's nice when you have someone that cooperates with you because we had 8 pallets and the guy Eric that's there, he's a gem, and I even tip those guys sometimes. But the other one, we must have got off on the wrong foot, and I called him out on it the other day. He says, "Oh, you should have a pallet jack." Like he doesn't want to do nothing extra, but we filled a 20-foot box truck filled.
So there's the book. It's Never Split the Difference: Negotiating as if your life depended on it. Chris Voss. I don't know when my thing repeats when I get my new credit. $15. That's kind of steep, but it is. How long is this one? 8 hours. Oh wow, that's a lot.
Where did the thing go?
Who was thinking eBay Monster?
Yeah.
I don't know. He'll be back.
Oh, okay.
He might have got in trouble with the wife.
Yeah, I thought I saw when you put the link there. I had to come downstairs, and I thought I saw the wife walk into the room. He's probably got chores to do that he's not following up on.
The Ravens are your pick with Detroit and Cleveland and all. Yeah, the Ravens got the week off. The Ravens are going to be tough to beat, man. The last few, that's the one thing I'm excited for. This new coach for Alabama is a quarterback whisperer. Seems like he had Pennick throwing all over the world. Look to see what he can do with our quarterbacks. If you can get it to where Milroe can throw short passes with the long passes, and the dude runs like the wind. He is a younger version of Lamar Jackson. So looking.
What are you talking? College football?
Our quarterback is a hell of an athlete, running quarterback. He's probably the second. Okay, he was the second fastest on the team. The current fastest on the team is in the portal, so that makes him the fastest, right? Which doesn't make any sense. One of our number one receiver, our best receiver, is in the portal. So if you guys don't follow college football, the way the portal works is it's only open for a certain amount of time, so you can leave your team for any reason. They've now made an exception where if your coach leaves and retirement is the coach leaving, that opens the window for your school only for 30 days. So Alabama still has 27 and a half days left of portal that any player can leave. And so it looks like this is the one thing I don't agree with. There's tampering that's going on right now in college football. And at some point somebody has to fix it, because just because the portal's open, the University of Texas should not be able to come throw buckets of money at some of our players. And that's what's happened. That's why our receivers in the portal, because they have told him they pay him a small fortune. At some point, something's going to have to be done. It's tampering, and you can't incentivize just buy players off of a team. That's cheating. I get NIL, I get paying the players, I get all that stuff, but in order to get one to leave a team who's already on the team, by contacting them when they are still once they hit the portal, they're fair game. But to entice them to hit the portal by throwing money at them, no, it's becoming worse in the NFL, because there's no controls over the money, there's no rules. It's just the Wild West. You can do whatever you want to. So they're ruining what is a good game. So they want to know what did you buy? A pallet of what?
Dollar General and Walgreens. Yeah.
So it's just shelf pulls?
No, a lot of stuff never even made it to the store. The shelf pulls is seasonal stuff. Like there is some Halloween and summer stuff, but it's a mix. Right. But some stuff just never made it to the store. And I was explaining to my son, it's like, look, I must have 500 now pulls. And you think, okay, that's coming up in 4 or 5 months, but people don't realize they place those orders 9 months ahead. So they already got those new ones coming in. Right. So they either get rid of it now and then don't know what to do with the new. They can't just cancel those orders. Right.
Because they're already on ships and stuff coming over. Because it takes them. They've extended the time out because of the difficulties of getting product over here. So
I have a friend who has a multi-million-dollar flower gift shop, and he goes for Christmas shows in January.
Yep.
They place their order and then they get the stuff ships in August. But they have to have their orders in March at the latest, and that's how far. And that's what the problem is. There's just the stores didn't do at the level. And I kind of said that in one of my videos. I said we had a wet summer, so maybe that's why there was a lot of summer toys, a lot of weekends with rain, and I got enough pulls that, oh man, if it was like back when COVID was, I'd be a millionaire with all this stuff, because I got thousands of like right now there's a glut of stuff.
Yeah, and right now too, Walgreens is in the middle of another pool. They've got tons of. I noticed they got tons of clearance on like 3 different aisles. Which normally, if when Walgreens puts stuff on clearance, there's usually one section at a time. But this was like, the deodorant section and the men's shaving section had tons. There was a lot of stuff in the lotions, the women's facial lotions, and all that stuff. And then they were clearancing out the still finishing up Christmas.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Christmas. I did about $12,000 in about 60 days on eBay. 4,000 of it was Christmas lights. I bought them last January, and and I'm still selling some. And people said they actually went to the Target and couldn't find them. And a couple people said, yeah, they bought a couple from me right before, and they liked them so much that they wanted to buy. Out of a whole pallet, I'm down to like 2 cases. That's it. But yeah, $4,000 worth of Christmas lights.
Nice.
Yeah, the last time I bought them, I bought just tons of them, and the clear ones sold before I could get around to the next year. I just had a listing on eBay and Amazon for the clear ones, and the clear ones sold.
Yeah, that's what I had to clear Twinkle.
Yeah, so many people realize they just think about what you would use clear lights for. A lot of people use them in weddings and all kinds of. Yep, and all kinds of the clear ones are. The colored ones will sell a little bit, but the clear ones really sell year round.
The only thing that's happening now at the liquidation place I go to, they are breaking down the pallets compared to a year ago. So the good stuff, they're selling one-offs. And it was funny because when I was there the other day, I go in there to pick up, and I recognize a news reporter. Les Trent was there from Inside Edition, and they were doing a story. He was talking to a lady, and then he kind of came over to me and asked me what I was getting, and I was busting his chops that I'd sell him the stuff right now. He doesn't even have to go online. He said, "Oh, I want to talk to you outside," and he did some recording on his phone, and he said he was going to post it up on Instagram. So I don't know, but he's the black reporter that is on Inside Edition from New York.
I don't watch TV, so there you go.
Yeah.
If it's not about football, I really don't pay a lot of attention to it.
Yeah, I like the Eagles, but they've been I don't know, the Eagles I like the Eagles and the Chiefs. The Chiefs got Taylor Swift, so everything got screwed up ever since she came on the scene. And I don't know, maybe because Taylor Swift's brother-in-law.
Are you telling the world you're not a Swiftie?
No, she's good looking and talented. I mean, the girl did $500 million this past year doing her shows, and then did a tape and put it in the movie theater. And that girl's a smart girl. She's a good business girl, but I don't have regular TV to really watch. I just came. I'm doing a whatnot at 9. I did one earlier. It was a little slow tonight, but I said, I'll go for round 2 at 9 o'clock. Send it to eBay Monster. And I tuned you on. I'm like, oh, where's the 4 or 5 people that hang out here? I'm like, they're not here tonight.
Yeah. Well, John said he might be in later. It says loud. The fans they had some issues with drainage on their washing machine, and it flooded the house, so they're trying to dry it out. And I don't know. I think Dave's been sick this week. I ain't heard from him all week.
Is it cold? Is it cold down south there?
It's going to be.
Yeah, we're going to get Wednesday 4 to 15, and we're down like 27, 30. I mean, I called the oil guy today. I said, bring more oil.
You see the high Tuesday and Wednesday?
Yeah, 8 to 24. We're gonna. It says you might go to 4 degrees on Wednesday.
Jeez.
That's the low. The lows. The highs are 24 and 31, but the lows are 8.
It's cold.
So it's gonna be cold here.
I'm going to Florida next month, man. I'm for a week. I hope it's not going to be cold when I'm there. Jeez.
Archie, you're not going to ruin my night with your negative Auburn mess. Don't you have a Walmart to go make a video in? What the hell? What do Auburn fans know about a good coach? You know, I can tell you one thing. This
Yeah.
coach that we just hired, we're not going to have to check his phones and make sure he's calling hookers. Right?
10 degrees on Tuesday morning. 10.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, the softball team might benefit too because his daughter is committed right now to Washington, but I'm sure they can get her out of it. But she was like the number 11 women's softball prospecting in the country. And if you know anything about women's softball, I think the SEC last year got like 13 out of 14 teams made it to the
Hey,
to the
Glenn.
tournament. RG, don't lie.
Are you buying any stuff from Walgreens?
So not right this second, but I can tell you one thing about Walgreens, and so this is important, folks. One of the biggest lessons that I learned all my time on the road, and I'm definitely going to start sourcing some more and overnight trips and stuff. You have to know the places that have clean bathrooms, and Walgreens is generally pretty solid for a clean bathroom. So if you're riding through town and the blood pressure medicine's kicking and you drink too many Diet Cokes, and you're riding by a Walgreens, it's a good thing.
Those damn Dollar Generals, when COVID was, some of them weren't letting us use the bathroom. Some of them had porta
The other
potties.
ones down here don't even have bathrooms in public.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, when you chain drink Diet Coke like this, it's not a good thing.
I thought you were drinking Coke Zero. What happened?
You want me to lie or tell you the truth?
Both.
I do like the way that Coke Zero tastes better. It does taste better, but Diet Coke has 37% more caffeine.
Okay. Yeah, I don't drink soda no more.
Winning.
And I'm like, why am I not drinking the one with all the caffeine? Damn it! Let's go back to Diet Coke. US Freedom 5 says somebody died in their Walgreens. That's terrible. But it's important to know because if you're going to different places, you know, like me, I'll travel anywhere in the country and buy stuff. Maybe I'll even go see Pat one of these days. I need to get. I haven't. It's gonna be. It's got to warm up though, Pat. Man, I really do. When I think back of all the trips, it was good times. If y'all ever missed that video, the night that we met Pat, me and Pat went and had dinner, and then I came back and went live, and Pat acted like he was room service or whatever.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats, and it was knocking on the door. But yeah, that was a really good trip. But I really did enjoy meeting Taco Stacks on that trip because we went to followed you to where he sells that.
Me, you, and Banana Finds. Jason went to the flea market the next day. Yeah.
So I haven't done a lot of flea markets. So I'm going to add flea markets this year for sure. We've got a couple of good ones around here. Hey Archie, you got any good flea markets down? I know you sell at the flea market. Are there any good ones down there near Montgomery?
Yeah, Picking for a Living. That was 2019.
Maybe I'll go down there and visit you in person, RG. But you'll have to walk around like this so I recognize you because that's all you see in your videos is your hand and your yeah. Because you're too chicken to get on. You're too chicken to get on camera. What the hell?
I'm going to be doing the flea market more because a lot of the stuff that I got off those pallets lends well to that because it's very hard to sell stuff under $5 online because but you put bins or totes of dollar items, they grab that stuff right up, especially when it says $3 and they're getting it for $1 and it's all brand new. So, but 8 pallets I picked up last night. And it just fit in the unit. Some lady actually was there from Reading, Pennsylvania, and she had a 15-foot, And she goes to me, she goes, I can't fit all this stuff in. I was talking to her about, selling some stuff. She goes, you want you want a couple of these boxes? I said, I don't really have room. She goes, just take 5. I'm like, nah, that's all right. And then she goes, come on. I said, no, I'll give you, I don't want nothing. And I told her, and so I'm like, all right. So I took 2 boxes, and I was like, wow, that's very nice. Cause sometimes people can be so like, they'll like throw it in the dumpster before they give you anything for free.
But you can't be scared to try things. This year, or especially, I want to do things that I'm really going to focus on things that I like, but how to do, because the one thing the last few years has showed you that life is short. You only get one chance of this. You design your own business, and so I'm reading the books to try to make the business side of me better. I think I suck as a business person. I'm a good reseller. I'm a good thrifter. I'm a good finder. But the handling I can be better at the finance side, and some of the other things like that. So what am I doing? I'm reading business books to get. But I challenge you to do the same. Figure out what your weakness is and improve that. 2024 is going to be difficult. I think we have craziness coming. The world is going to be a bigger zoo than it is right now. I mean, wait till this summer when they're doing everything they can to mess with Big Orange. It's going to get crazy. Mike, what's up, man? Best picker I know, the crazy card. Hey, Gary, what's up, man? Man, so Gary, did you ever think in your life that there would be a 24-hour period of time where Saban would step down, they would let old boy with the Patriots go, and Pete Carroll, all 3 of them in the same 24-hour period? Holy hell. That is just craziness. So I challenge you guys to, I'm not a prepper per se, but, you got to have a little bit of plans. Maybe it's, hey, I'm at Walmart. I don't need any bottled water, but maybe that stuff's $4, $5 a case. Maybe you pick up a case each time, put a couple of them back somewhere. It doesn't go bad. If I'm an idiot and you hate me in November, December, and nothing happened, just drink it. You know what I mean? It's not that difficult. You're not, maybe some beans and stuff on the stuff that you can do. Make sure you've got propane and stuff. I mean, it's just simple stuff. Mountaintop is near Anniston, I thought. Am I wrong? Isn't Mountaintop near Anniston? Atala? Hilltop. It's a Mountaintop.
I don't know.
Trina said it up there. She said you mean Mountaintop, and RG still putting Hilltop. You can't trust somebody who's an Auburn fan.
We got Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. It's near Wilton.
Yes. So like Larry's got it important. He's got plenty of beer for his tiny hands in case it goes bad.
And he's got a deck of cards to play poker. So there you go.
But I'm just saying, just you don't want to be caught. So maybe you have some. If you had these little brass things that you could put stuff in that make go bang, if you bought some extra ones of those, you know what I mean? So I've always thought about Mountaintop. I've never been, RG. It's only an hour and 20 minutes from here. It's definitely on my list. There you go, Larry. Mountaintop is good for buying fresh chicken. So Mike says he's only. So you're probably 3 weeks ahead of most people. I would say just think about it. The food that you go through, and if stocks and stuff went down, how often do you go to the grocery store, and how long would it? I gotta get back on Atkins. Tomorrow's the day.
Well, I gotta go. I got 5 minutes. I'm doing round 2 of whatnot, so I just want to stop to say hello.
So
Oh,
would you say Whatnot is successful? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I am. I mean, it's a grind. I mean, a lot of stuff I sell, honestly, my problem is ASP, because
Right.
my average sale price is only around $5.
Right.
Because a lot of this, I'm selling, in other words, even bundles, let's say toothpaste and, I'm selling like $15-20 bundles for $5.
But you have nothing in them though because they came in a pallet. So your
Well,
cost per item.
I do, but I mean, I mean, you have 250, let's say, in them. So is it better to sell a $20 item for 40 and double 20 than doubling 250? Like some people won't sell $5 items on eBay because you got it, but the opportunity's there, and I'm building up an audience. I got like 2,300 followers, and I've sold over 1,400 items already, and most 90% of that's been done the last 2 months. So um, I'm honestly, I feel like I have to do it because I don't have the Amazon Legos I had last year at this time. I had scored 3 pallets of Legos and did $24,000 in Legos in January and February, and I just don't have them. So
So did you like my thumbnail? I made it create something question and answer. I told it to give me like a game show. I was using AI and it gave me the. I told it to do it in anime and it gave me the guy who looks like your little picture. Nobody probably paid attention.
oh, yeah, it looks sort of like Dragon Ball Z. I saw that. So all right, guys,
Hey, thanks for stopping by, buddy.
yeah, have a good weekend.
bye, Pat.
See you, buddy.
God,
Number
is
one
there a
robot
better
prep.
guy than Pat?
He is, and folks, that's the kind of attitude and kind of person that you want around you. If there's
Yeah.
anybody that should be angry and mad at life, Pat's not always had the easiest route the last few years. In case
That's
y'all
right.
didn't know, Pat is again fighting male breast cancer. So the go to Mid Journey. That was so I'm trying to figure out this. So I paid the $15 a month for Canva, and they now have AI on Canva. So I'm trying to. That was my first attempt. It wasn't very good. So I'm gonna work on Canva first, and then very similar. See what happens. Yeah, but yeah, you just gotta have stuff around just in case. I mean, you never know. I mean, it could be as simple as I've got a grill outside. Maybe you have a second tank of gas. Do things that will in case there's prolonged periods without power and other things. It's just you just gotta think smart. I'm not saying go out in the backyard and build a bunker and all that craziness. It's do things that are smart. Drinking water is extremely important. So yeah, cans and so you pay $10 and then doing a can. Okay, I got you. I'm trying to be cheap, John. So one of the things that I learned with Profit First is when I went through and analyzed expenses and realized that I had too many subscriptions, and so I've killed off 3 subscriptions. So I don't want to add another one back, even though they're just $10. You think, oh, it's just $10, but remember, you've got to. That means I've got part of my sales, or I have to make up for that. Hey, that's me right there. That was if I'm if I was Oriental, that would be me right there. Did y'all see me on Todd's screen? Yeah, I need Sadie. I need a generator. We do not have a generator. I had one in the past, but I did not have one. See, look, Pat Dees is live. He was not lying. Pat Dees is live.
I don't have a generator, but I got tons of propane.
Connie Lincoln said only grands is worth the $10 a month. Yeah, I'm out. Tunnel to Todd's house since he has all the money. And that'd be one long ass tunnel from Pennsylvania to Texas. Fast Talk Flipper, I don't think so. John, are you on Instagram? But it's really, I sat back and really thought because one of the questions he asked is just think about your business and what's important and what generates the money, and where your expenses are. So really to analyze what you do in your business, and what's too small to sell.
Nothing.
Nothing.
As long as you got a ton of them.
Yeah, because so I've got a ton of these things. I think I picked them up for like a quarter. I've had them for a while. They're just in the building. When I say a ton of them, I mean like 300 or 400 of these things. Um, and now the supply has dwindled down. So I sold three of these for $15.99 ship free. And so I've got listings for one, for two, for three. I've got listings for multiple discounts and all that stuff. There's no if the buy cost is right, So most people would think, what did I pay? $100 for all those things. Man, that's a waste of $100. But you only sell a few of them now. Could I flip $100 over and over? Maybe. You gotta evaluate what could you have done with that money while the inventory is sitting here. But that thing ships in a. I've got it ships in a. I throw it in a poly mailer. I sold a 3-pack, so that's $15.99. I'll throw it in a poly mailer. The poly mailers I bought at Walmart when Walmart had them 15 packs for. I think they were like $1.25 when I bought so many of them.
SpongeBob nightlights. I sell them for $8 free shipping, but I have sold 120 so far, and I've got 30 left.
And how much you pay for them?
Uh, $5 for
For
all of
all of
them.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. So it's about it's about a lot of it's about what the cost is and sitting on it and what's it cost you. Most of the time, the smaller items like that, if you're doing one offs, it'd be terrible. But if you're if you got 50 of them, it's it's easy to sell, easy to list, easy to. But but I would tell you, there's no right or there's no wrong. There's just not. There's what's good for you and what's good for you and your business. And I think so many people are so caught up in what everybody else says and listening to what you got to sell this, you got to have a high SP, you got to do this, you got to do that. You need to come up with what works for the items you can find in your area. You need to come up with what you're comfortable selling. If you're somebody who's working part time, you know, having 400 of these will be a nice thing over in a small box. These fit in a uh, nine. What is it? The 16-12-12 box. I have one that's completely full of them. It sits in a corner of the storage building. Whenever I sell one, I just put it on the list and grab three of them out of the box. They don't take up any space. They don't take any time to ship. They ship in a bubble mailer. So if you've got a small space or if you've got limited time, having items that you have a lot of. So there's not a you've got to build your business and take the
Sadie,
advice
how
that
many window latches have you sold? Sadie had a ton of window latches.
So fast talking flipper says that SpongeBob deal is once in a lifetime. That model is not sustainable. So his
Nope.
auction sells stuff like that all the time. So it's not going to be SpongeBob, but it's going to be something else. It's going to be the same amount, and he's not going to pay a ton of money. He just showed you what his sales numbers were for the last 30 days. He has an auction that he goes to that he picks up lots of stuff, and there are lots of that was all in one lot.
Who sold $600 today, 20 hours a week? That's all I do.
So fast talking flipper, he has a morning show. He talks about it. This is what I picked up. He's bidding on 30 different lots right now at the auction. Yeah. So these sources are out there, man. You could, Pat D's just bought 8 pallets of stuff.
Who else sold $600 today doing 20 hours a week? That's all
Yeah.
I
So
do.
it's about finding the source. It's about So Mike says he sold Wrinkle Cream for 3 years. He got a huge box for two. Um, so here's a great story. See, Harlan doesn't join us on Friday nights because he has a life, and he has a new lady in his life, so he's got to entertain and he's got to do all those fun things. But there is a Salvation. I haven't bought from it. The Salvation Army here sometimes has auctions out in front of the building, and you can buy stuff by the Gaylord. Harlan bought a Gaylord full of glasses for $15. He's still selling them reading glasses and all the rest of that crap. He said he's had them for 9 years, 8 or 9 years,
There
that
you
he's been
go,
selling.
operation.
That he paid $15 for a pallet of glasses.
Of course, I make bad buys too. I've got 10,000 band aids and I haven't sold one.
I challenge you to look around. You know, just because something's not in your area or you haven't found it yet doesn't mean it's not available somewhere. You know what? And one of the biggest mistakes most people make. Um, One of the biggest mistakes most people make is they assume that somebody else who's selling the same item can't get it cheaper than them. They assume that because you have never seen it at a crazy deal, that it doesn't exist. And so you look at it and go, I can't see how they'd make money. If they got it for free, they would hardly make any money. Well, 130 or 40 of them for $5 is damn near. Yeah, so I get it, Fast. I get bread, but you're not going to get the identical items, but you can use that as your model, and just because it's not the same items doesn't mean. I mean, he doesn't always get identical items. Sometimes Todd he'll buy like a bunch of parts, and they'll be he'll list the parts out of a lot, but he'll buy lots that are cheap, but sometimes the lots are not identical items. What was that? Then you have like the scuba lot or whatever they bought. You bought the spear and all kinds of craziness.
Oh, geez, that was a
The
great
spear
garage
guns.
sale.
Or was that a
I,
garage sale?
yeah, well, garage estate sale. I only made $4,000 off my $100 buy. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm only at 250 on.
I still got a couple of items to sell of scuba gear, but it'll go.
So that is a problem, Margie. Some people are still stealing in California and trying to sell it. There was that big eBay ring that was busted over there a little while ago, several months ago.
There you go, Grovetown. That's what I'm talking about.
So, Mr. Sadie, the Monopoly games. So, how are we counting this? Are we counting the Monopoly games and the video, or just the Monopoly games? Because the Monopoly games are just something regular. It was 213 Monopoly games, made like $4,200 profit on those. So that's okay, but that's not the greatest. But if
Yeah,
you throw the video in there with it, the video is currently made like $39,800 in 5 years.
jeez. 39,000 dollars.
Yeah, $39,000 for the video. So if you add that up, that's like
Oh my,
$45,000. So that's a pretty good buy.
oh my God.
Um,
My best video ever is made like $100.
um, Gary, if you go to my store, it's linked in all the videos. Those wipers are in there. You can link to the wiper and pick the size you need. They're in one of the. I think they're just in the not the reselling one, but the other one. You'll find them in there. Um,
Operation Liquid sounds like he's got it going on.
Baswell, he used to make a lot of videos, and I have lost your name, Operation Liquidation. You've just started coming around again. I know you've been working hard because the last videos and stuff you were moving into your new warehouses and talking about having to build all this stuff. But liquidations if you get the right source, so they're not all liquidation sources are the same, and so it's important to evaluate each one. Make relationships. Make sure you're getting the right deals. I want to guess
Operation
Chris, but I think
Liquidation.
is it Chris? Hell, I
I'm
can't remember.
I'm
My
having
mind
one of my best days, and Operation Liquidation just shoved me under the carpet.
is terrible. Yeah, you're beating me. I'm only at 2 something. I haven't looked. Maybe Alabama now has a quarterback, so I'm okay with that. I am only at $232. You've even got me at 31 days. What the hell?
I'm having my best month, best 31 days. Yeah.
So Dark Horse, you say rural North Carolina, Dark Horse. What are you calling rural North Carolina? I grew up in rural North Carolina. I grew up in Lenore County.
Oh, Bonafide going live.
The great
Yeah, I think I
metropolis.
caught one.
The great metropolis of Kinston, North Carolina.
Yeah.
If you need some drugs, that's your place.
1,000 a day Operation Liquid.
Home of Jerry Stackhouse and several other NBA players and drug kingpins galore. That actually lived out in the county. I lived closer to LaGrange than I did Kinston, but so I went to county schools out there. I grew up in. My dad worked at the hospital there. Josh is at 336 on eBay. I'm better on Amazon though. I have not even looked at Amazon today. I know I have sold some women's pads.
Josh is jumping into Poshmark. Are you going to do that, Beard?
I'm on Poshmark, but yeah, I'm only at $6.50 on Amazon. I did sell some $42 hair mousse. Ooh, somebody bought 4 packs of the ultra thin pads. That's $95 in women's pads. That right there is winning.
Dang, I gotta quit bragging. I'm sucking my best day in a long time, and I'm sucking next to a bunch of y'all.
Yeah,
It's all
90,
right.
90. They must be some good pads for $95 for 4 packs.
1,700 on the 1st of January. Jeez. Operation Liquidation. Dang.
Yeah, I've sold a bunch of little stuff on eBay. I've had a lot of sales, but like I said, I've sold seven pairs of women's undergarments. That's awesome. What else we saw? I sold some of those refill. I sold a Sony keyboard. I got $35 shipped for that. I sold a SurfLink remote microphone, opposable Spider-Man, some bath oil. That was a good one. $72 bath oil. Sold a calculator and some kitchen towels. It's awesome. Sean, you stay out of Georgia.
But Josh, you are slaying it right
You
now,
stay in
right?
North
The
Carolina.
last 3 days.
When's the North Carolina? I promised my mother I'd get back there in the next 6 to 8 weeks. I've not been back to North Carolina in a long time. I told Mother, I'm like, I guess I'll make a sourcing trip going to North Carolina. I'll come see you. So, um, don't worry. The phone just said breaking news. Biden is trying to start war with Iran. So, hey, launching more rockets against Yemen. Uh, yeah, your year started off pretty tough, Josh. I'm glad to see you're rebounding. That's and so both of the Josh and the John are both in here. Make sure y'all check them out tomorrow. They're on the eBay Power Hour podcast. They have a celebrity guest tomorrow. It's not me this time. I'm not. I'm nowhere near the celebrity there that they have on there. I don't 100% know who it is, but I can guess about. I'm about with 94.8% confidence that this person lives north of me, outside of the Windy City. Yeah, I yeah. So that's my guess. Um, but my challenge for this year is to really to get much better at the financial aspect side of it, so that as I plan my money and plan how I use things. That's not true. Birmingham is south of me. Trina is in here. She lives south of me. So there you go. All of Florida is south of me. I only live 12 miles from Tennessee. Almost the entire state of Alabama is below me. That terrible Auburn fan RG, he's south of me. There's lots of people in the chat south of me. If Kent was in here, he lives south of me. He lives in Louisiana. That's south. Todd lives south of me. He lives in Texas. Ha ha. But to really, because I think as a if because he is very smart in the book Profit First and talks about you know building reserves, and especially for a business like we're in, because last year, if it taught you anything, there could be wild swings of up and down, and Anissa said that was her guess. So see, so you really need to prepare yourself so that if you're having a bad month, make sure that your bills and everything are covered so that you can continue to focus on working ahead. And because the pressure that most of us feel if you're full time is you got to pay your bills, and so it is vitally important that you understand and set the percentages of money you aside in accounts, and don't overspend, because the one thing I think is a weakness with most people is they don't truly understand cash flow through their business, and they discount the fact that when they're buying merchandise, one of the least evaluated numbers that they'll talk about sell-through rate, but they don't talk about the inventory turn, and it's extraordinarily important that you understand and what frequency the chunk of your inventory turns. So I'm not going to say all your inventory is going to turn, because if you buy in lots like eBay Monster does, but you need to understand how, the turn of your money and and how fast, not only the sell through, but how fast that sell through is, and so you can make some better plans, because I think it's so Dusty and I used to talk about a lot that you need items in all stages. You need inventory that sells really fast and quickly and turns your money over and get your profit back and reinvest. You need items that that are a longer hold, but you're gonna make a lot more money on them, so it's worth holding them. And then you need items in the middle that just, if you can buy a bunch of them, they just constantly turn. Um, it's Amy Lee. Man, I've not seen you in a long time. Welcome, Miss Amy Lee. Crazy how many resellers are gone this year just from social media accounts. We are currently going through the Great Purge, I believe. The Great Purge. And what I've thrown this up there, and I think I'm 100% right, even though most people don't want to talk about it. But you know me, I'll give you my opinion. I'll tell you whether I'm right or wrong. I'll tell you. Um, I think a lot of them people started selling whenever the opportunity became available because they were at home because of the coup.
Yeah.
And at that time, at that current period, you could sell anything. If you decided that this was the most rare gnome on the planet and throw him up there for $150, somebody's going to buy it. They had free money. They had no attachment to it. The government was giving away money. And so, it was good times. Uh, Good times creates. Okay, so the old saying is, good times create weak men. Weak men create bad times. Strong men, the cycle. I think that you can apply that same logic to good times creates weak sellers because with eBay, there's no barrier to entry. You don't even have to take any kind of training or anything. You just gotta open the account and have a driver's license for the most part, and to prove who you are. And it could even be an ID. I don't think it's just it's a lot. I don't even know what. It's been so long. My account's open since 2000. Um, and so as the economy changed and things got tougher, and the platform did their usual, we're doing this for the good of the platform. We're changing things, and they screw things up. You had a lot of people who never learned how to sell, never learned how to deal with money, were not good on the financial side, and all of a sudden, they have taken the advice of all these people of, you got to build these big stores. The most important thing is how many items you list a day. It doesn't matter whether they sell or not. You just got to list them. You just got to list them. If you list them, it's the old, if you list them, they'll come and buy. Eventually they will. Hey, I'm catching up with you.
Cha-ching.
Hey, that was, what did I sell? $10. I am catching up. I don't even know what it is. Is that bad? I don't even know what the hell it is. Hi, I just purchased an item. Can you please not include a receipt or packaging slip? This is a surprise for a friend. I would like just for the item and the packaging only. Some sellers put business cards or additional items. I'm requesting none be added since I'm trying to avoid them noticing I purchased it on eBay. Not a problem, buddy. I will put it in an eBay box for you.
Winning.
Don't be like me. I'm sorry. Don't be like me. God. I think this is something Johnny listed. I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what that is. Johnny listed it. Something she got in one of those. She has one of those monthly beauty things, and that was in it. Yeah, that thing's going out, and that thing is Mr. Dropshipper. That's going out in an eBay box. I don't care if I have to send it in a 10 by 8 by. That's what I ought to do. That little bitty thing I ought to put in a big ass 10 by 8 by 6 box shipping like Amazon with one air pillow in it.
Oh, those
um,
evil
and so you
girls,
got all these
two-head chicks
people.
are here.
You got to. I missed you guys yesterday, dog. I was out driving around the country in a van with no brakes, so that was fun. Well, I had brakes; they were just metal to metal. Um, so I look forward to seeing you ladies on Tuesday. Uh, I know Mary was sad. You have to comfort your wife, Dawn. I know she was heartbroken that she didn't get to hear from me on Thursday. uh, the gold, I'll just ship that in gold. I'll just ship that in a. Yeah, so about halfway out, Dawn, I was almost to the Alabama line. I was going to Tupelo, Mississippi. I hit the brakes and I'm like, man, they sound terrible, and it was metal on metal. So she cried. I knew it. I'm sad that I disappointed her. And so you've got all these people that were listening to bad advice. They were paying $35 a month, and they were getting some accountability as they were listing hundreds a day of items that whenever people have free money, they'll buy whatever. But as things tightened up and the platforms changed the way the search engine works, good or bad, we can fight that one over. Times got tough, and now they don't understand. The financial aspect. Nobody's taught them about putting money away. They just taught them to list, and when the sales didn't come, now you've got all these people that have got all this inventory that's just junk, and so now they're going away. It's shipping a cereal box. Heck yeah. So what are we talking about? Next code. What is the next code? I don't know what I missed there, but anyway. Ship it in a cereal box. Yeah, I can't do that. I'll put it in a nice box, but it'll be in a the golden arm. He's always around. He's just normally so Todd. I'm sorry, eBay Monster is not aggressive in talking, so he just usually hangs out because the last few weeks I've had John in here with me and Rad Relics. Man, I like hanging out with John. That dude can talk.
He can. Yeah, he can.
I don't know where he stays tonight either. John and Dave are both not here tonight. What the hell?
I don't know.
Kelly
Sorry, I'm not
Circle.
upping my game, but yeah.
There you go. So that's exactly what happened. And when something looks so easy, they never took the time to be more efficient, to make better choices, to understand all that. And so they felt it away. And now they're saying, we never said that. Yeah, right. And sell-through rate is the number one goal. They couldn't tell you sell-through rate. These are the same people, Josh, that will tell you that you really need to focus on items that have a sell-through rate of like 300 to 400%, not knowing that showing their great wisdom that the maximum sell-through rate is 100%. And in the chat, if you don't believe me that the maximum sell-through rate is 100%, I will. I'll fight you over that. I'll fight you. If you have 10 items, you can't sell 20 to have a 200% sell-through rate. If you have 10 items and you sell 10 items, that's 100% sell-through rate. That's the max. Because it is the sell-through rate is you measure the number of items sold versus the number of items available over the same period of time. Okay, so if you had 10 items and you bought 10 more and you sold 15, that's a 75% sell-through rate. You sold 15 out of 20. Okay. I'm glad we all understand that. Because I am so tired of these geniuses on these other platforms saying, man, I really looked it up and saw that it really sells through. And man, the sell-through rate's about 500%. Because over the last 90 days, 100 of them are sold and there's only 15 available right now. So that's got to be like, no. No. You can't calculate sell-through rate. You can see how well an item sells on eBay based looking at the completas and the solds, but you theoretically cannot calculate the sell-through rate because eBay hides solds. You don't know what was available. You don't know what items were listed, when they were listed over the same sales. There's just so much you don't know. I have hated that Amy Lee for a long time. It's a cross. It is my cross to bear. I will die on it. Picking up for a living. Thank you so much for the super chat. That is very nice. I appreciate your business perspective. I'm on the same journey. So the deal I make with the people who I'm blessed to watch the channel is I'll tell you the same thing I always tell you. If I don't know something or I make a mistake, I'll tell you. And one of the bigger mistakes I've made in this business I've been doing this full time since 13, is that I'm not a better on the business side of it. I should have been, there was a period of 4 years, 4.5, 5 years until from 14 to when Joni got sick and when I started traveling that I only worked every other week. I took every other week off for like 4.5 years. I would come home. I was so happy with Amazon that I wouldn't list on eBay. And so instead of just doubling down and working like I should and having to work, because I had worked for restaurants and I had averaged 60 to 70 hours a week, I was decided that life owed me some time off. And so I got all my time back.
All right.
So Josh. So which one of those are you going to cancel and it's not going to be a sale? There you go. So Josh is wanting to tell you that if you have a 200% sell-through rate, one of the platforms if you cancel on eBay, is going to hold that against you for the next year to make sure you cancel it on Poshmark. That's what he's saying. Yeah, so picking for a living, and so that's why, and so I sat down. So I listened to people like Josh. Josh Galt. He talks at a different level than I do, and I'm sitting here thinking, you know, as I'm making jokes with him in his chat, I'm blessed to be a moderator over there. So I'll mess with Josh a little bit. He's got a great sense of humor for a Canadian, and I pick up these things. He'll say something, and he'll say, I read this book, and the first 30, 40 times he mentioned that in his chats when he was doing the and he's back to doing his show again. I'm like, it dawned on me eventually that this dude is much smarter at the business aspect and talks at a different level than me because he is much more read in business concepts and business. He'll tell you that he's a business junkie and that kind of stuff. Reading books and that kind of stuff on business is a big interest in him. So that gives him an advantage over most resellers and most people in because he has a view of things that is shaped by people who are. What do people who write books? What's one of the big things that they do? They're generally successful in business, and so they write it down. They tell you about their experiences. You don't have to agree with everything they've done, but you're reading from an aspect of somebody who is successful in business, telling you how they did it and the lessons they've learned, the pitfalls they've had, and your challenge is to absorb the information, apply it to your business, and put that in the back of your memory. I don't want to make that mistake, and so maybe make some guardrails for your business, apply the lessons, and so that's the journey I'm on for this year. Is I truly want to. I started out with 12 books, but I'm gonna read 36 this year. So that maybe that's the secret, Larry. It costs so much more in Canadian dollars versus American dollars. But so I want to get to that level, and so how do you catch up? I I plan on spending more time in car, more time chasing stuff. Coke Zero is better than Diet Coke. I told you I drink for the caffeine, dude. It's got a third more caffeine. Dark Horse, I don't hate them. I just want to I want to work my way to being one of them. And the cash flow has been tough for me, and so now I'm going to find some books and stuff on helping me learn cash flow. Because we're like most people. We have a house that's it's a little more house than what we need, but now that but we bought it at such a deal, it's almost 20, 21, 22. Before you add this building, which is permitted, it's 21 something square feet, 4-bedroom for just the three of us. It's way more house, but we only paid $183,000 for it. Where am I going to get that now? So, most people have so a lot of our wealth is tied up in the house, because now by the end of the year, I estimate it's going to be worth $500,000. So a good chunk of it. So now it's how do I pay, and then how do you? I don't know. I'm gonna do some reading to figure out the best way to take advantage of these things. But because I'm not smart enough to do it right now, and I have an accounting degree and went to college and I did okay. But so that's my challenge to myself. And so be smart about it. Minimum I'm gonna do 12. And so how am I gonna do 12? Trina, I don't know if she's still here or not, but there's folks like Trina in the chat who are following along who want to read the books too and have read a lot of the books. So we're talking about them once a month. You guys are going to help hold me accountable whether you know it or not, which is outstanding. I appreciate it.
Pyrex room.
You don't think the diner? So the house, the guy who built the house, the original owner, had them close in all the houses. This house, I think there's like 7 houses that are repeated in this neighborhood, but the builder was very smart. He went to school at Harlan. Harlan's known him for most of his life. He would not, if he repeated the house, it had to be so many houses over, and he didn't repeat the same brick color, so you can't really tell. And So this house, the floor plan, the dining room was supposed to have a column that kind of separates. So it'd be it's an open concept. But he had him close it in, and he made it his office. He made it his computer room. And so Joni has her own little office in there. You don't think that was full of Pyrex? The 3 cabinets that are out in the living room are not full of Pyrex. We eat off of Pyrex. There's still 14 boxes of Pyrex in storage. Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time. Uh-oh. One of the great friends of the show. What's up, buddy? I haven't heard from you in like 2 days.
Jake,
I thought you were dead.
No, just prepping for 0 temperature or single digits anyway. Probably not 0, but
I'm like, he's gone to that great Amish place in the sky.
Amish don't fly. What are you talking about?
talking
Oh
about
yeah,
Utah?
Josh, I understand. I've got a ton of inventory. You're 100% right, though. But it's, this year Johnny's car will be paid off, and so that and the house are the only 2. So look forward to being better, ending this year, next year, in a much better place of knowledge and understanding and planning. Because, man, I'm catching up with the eBay monster in a hurry. I will shortly be midway through my 50s. Holy hell. I'm only 3 months away from the middle way of my 50s.
God, you're old.
I know. I will be dry. Me and the speed limit will be synonymous. That's terrible.
Josh, is that a willow picture up there or cannabis?
Are you talking about this thing?
Yeah.
I have no
Cannabis.
idea. That's Grove. That's a Grove product.
It's cannabis.
It's cannabis made from bamboo and sugar cane.
Tommy wants to know, when you go to the great Amish place in the sky, did they promise you 40 Amish virgins?
It's 80. Don't you know this?
Tommy, it's 80. Come on now. He was trying to steal 40 of yours. So
Are you talking about this?
I didn't buy anything at that store, Trina. There was a few things, but their prices were. Oh my!
Looks like my first home, Jake.
They were on crack.
All right. This was one of my favorite photos I've taken from all the places I've been.
Was that in Alaska?
Yeah. Yeah, Cairo, Alaska.
Mexico?
Cairo, Alaska.
I thought that was up there around Oklahoma, but I guess I was mistaken.
Oh, yeah. It's that new big city in Alaska. And I can't even make it stay up there now.
Kathleen, even with breaks that were not great, I was still running like 80 on the way home. Yeah. So that was interesting.
You can't drive 55, Scott. What are you talking about?
So I knew I was in trouble when I went in there, and they're like, they had some of the old Monster Jam trucks, the 2-packs. I'm like, all right, let's see. I saw the first one. I'm like, that's a good one. I recognize that one. It's like 3 years old. And I picked it up. They wanted $13 for it. I'm like, they're only like $7 at Walmart. How, your sign out there says up to 70% off, and I'm standing here holding something that's twice the price of what it would have been in the store. I'm like, y'all are on crack. And so I found lots of things that were like that, and I got very discouraged. I'm not the person that yeah. Don, that's a good point. Don says that oh, they still stopped. It was just when you come to a stop, they're just going. Yeah, that was. So I did a lot of coasting, so I didn't have to hit them because they were, when they get to a point when there's so much metal on metal, it's almost like it kind of grates. It kind of makes you. Yeah, I got to that point where I was tired of listening to them. But I was.
Cha-ching! Look what sold.
One of those things.
That awful university.
I think I might have one of those hats somewhere.
So how does FSU negotiate their little thing with their impermissible benefits, and they end up on 2 years probation and show calls on an assistant for extra benefits for providing a ride to a, and you've got the other university who was caught cheating and suspended their coach and on, and yet they're allowed to win a national championship according to the NCAA, fair and square. Oh yeah, let's go. That makes no sense. The FSU got hosed. They got hosed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's that. I was so far in the country. If you know anything about the geography of this area, and Trina will laugh, I was halfway between Huntsville, Alabama, and Tupelo, in the middle somewhere in Alabama. I think I've been to Phil Campbell, Alabama once. I don't even know who I don't know who Phil Campbell is. No, but I went into this local grocery store. There was only two. There was a Piggly Wiggly, and then there was some whatever. I went into the whatever, and you walk in the door right behind the registers. Sometimes they put drinks and stuff up there. You're in the country when by the register. You go buy all your groceries on the way out. Pick you up a bag of deer corn. That's how far in the country I was that you can do your normal shopping and buy deer corn on your way from the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
You mean it's kind of like where the ice bin usually is?
Oh yeah, right there at the end of the registers. There was 2 pallets of stacked deer corn.
Right on.
No, Russellville. I was 12 miles south of Russellville in Phil Campbell, because I'm sitting here looking. I'm like, am I going to take that little crickety road to through the national forest, because that's the way the map was trying to tell me to go? I'm like, or am I going to go take the 4-lane to Russellville and then take the other 4-lane back through Moulton and Moultrie? I'm like, yeah, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
You never even heard of deer corn, so let's see. It's corn in a bag you feed a deer. Hunters use it.
Yeah, it's like all the other corn, but in a bag that has a deer picture on it.
It's in like a 25-pound bag. I think
deer feeders, so when they come to eat, you shoot them. There
yeah,
you go.
that's exactly what it's for.
You don't shoot the deer feeder, you shoot the deer. Or unless you've had too many beers.
Or as the joke goes, that is my squirrel corn feeder, and by God, if a deer comes and steals the corn, I'm going to shoot it.
There you go.
Uh-oh, this person has sent me a message after they've sent me the other message. Hi, I just purchased your item. Could you please not include a receipt or a packing slip? This is a surprise for a friend, and I would like just the packaging only. Some sellers put business cards or additional items. I'm requesting nothing be added. Same nonsense. Could you confirm you saw the message above? Irritating SOB. I have seen it twice now.
I want the buyers that are paying the drop shippers I sell to.
You are drop shipping. And I won't include receipts. What do you think? Is that good enough?
Yeah.
So, what's the process for getting the buyers that these drop shippers that buy from me sell to?
because nobody would do it twice. That was on eBay. Nobody would do it twice because do you understand? Your friends don't care if you bought it from eBay. You think that that's the problem with drop shippers is they write these messages out and they think that I am so damn stupid that that your friend cares where you bought their gift from. I get it. All they said was thank you. I sent them the message that says I have seen it twice now. I know you're drop shipping. I won't include receipts. Thank you.
Just call them to the carpet, right?
Yeah, we didn't. I might have been restricted on Amazon, and I might not have been listed. I don't know where they sold it, and honestly, I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
All you have to do is put on there, please don't include a receipt. You don't have to make up a story. Nobody cares.
Right.
Just don't. No. Could you put no receipts and no information in there? I appreciate that. Thank you. I had more respect for you if you say I'm sending this to my customer. Could you please not put any information in it? That's all you'd have to tell me. I don't care.
Right.
I put this in everything. Thank you for your purchase, sincerely, Todd.
Jack's got it right there. Jack says I won't send him a paper, so I am not going to use an eBay box. But
you're going to use an eBay box.
I will treat it as professional. I will put it in a plain box. I will make it just like I do anything else and use my tape machine. That's winning right there is what that is. I didn't put it in an eBay box, and I didn't use any receipts, and I didn't put any notes or nothing. I just used my straight up paper tape like I always do.
That's right.
I have to have some fun in my life. It doesn't take much to entertain me. You're 100% correct. I'm out here in this building by myself, and I've been listening to college football all day, talk about Alabama, who it's going to be, and on and on and on. Yeah, I need something to entertain me. I really wanted Craig's coach. That was my. I do have a honey bun box in there. Johnny's eating honey buns right now. That would be great to make the honey bun box and wrap it in eBay tape. That would be.
Do a video.
Man, y'all are making me bad.
And then if you feel badly about it, just put it into another cardboard box and put eBay tape on that one.
Put a note in there. I would have included the 10% off code for your next purchase, but since this was drop shipped to you, you don't get it.
That's right.
Yeah, Tracy. Between you and Craig, I thought. But the one thing I kept hearing is that when Kiffin left, he burned a lot of bridges, and that there was no way in hell the Board of Regents would have. Because I wanted to see what can Kiffin do if you give him crazy talent. But he's got crazy talent now, so you guys are going to be outstanding next year. He still doesn't have the line size. That'll be the one, but the way his offense is run though, because if you look at when Kiffin and Sark were both at Alabama and offensive coordinators, if you look at who Lane had versus who Sark had, it's no contest. Even though Lane was a few points per game less, his first quarterback was Blake Sims, for God's sake. He was a damn running back.
This is not drop shipped. Not drop shipped.
Oh, look, I see Jacob twice. I see him there, and I see him in the screen up there.
Oh yeah, up there.
Yeah, he's lucky I don't have any. The smallest box I've got on eBay is a 1086, where I would I wonder if I order my eBay boxes tonight if they'll be here before I have to ship that. They that's the one thing eBay does. Whoever they use for their supplier, they absolutely ship them fast.
Mm.
You know, they have their supplies are stupid expensive, but they ship really fast.
I got
Uh,
mine by
I'm
FedEx this last time, and they normally come UPS. So I was a little surprised by that.
Mine always come FedEx. I'm Kenny. I am so glad they didn't decide to try to bring prime time in here because that would have been. We don't need that circus. I would tell you what I really think, but they would they'd probably cancel this account.
Dion.
I think he is one hell of probably the greatest defensive back to ever play the game, no doubt. Does he have wisdom? Yes. Is it worth the circus and the cockiness? Absolutely not. He's got too much. You just can't get the. There's too much thug in Dion. I'm gonna say that in a nice way. There's too much thug in him. You can't get. You can't. The message gets watered down by the delivery. Just, just. I get that he teaches young men to conduct themselves and he holds them to a standard, but it's it's the way the message is delivered. You know, not everybody hears the message because you have ruled out so many people, and it's just. He's for a defensive back in the backfield. You'd have to call him a defensive back because you know there are better there are safeties back there that are world class safeties, but for as far as a defensive back though and a cover guy, damn, I don't know if there's anybody better. I think we got the right guy. Yeah, it's that same Florida State attitude. He comes from that same. You know, a lot of those players have a lot of. You know, it's very interesting how schools they all kind of act the same. You know, the Miamis. I hope you don't what. So once he's already left, and as soon as he announced to the team their safety, I think he was second team, big Pac-12, announced he was in the portal. The receiver today announced he was turning pro, which he's a first round pick. They thought he was going to do that. You hope we don't have the right coach. We know y'all got the right coach. You just make sure the person's in charge of keeping him out of brothels and keeping his phone clean of 1-800 hooker.
You mean 1-900?
Whatever.
I wonder how much money Dion made for Jerry Jones though in Dallas.
Ain't no telling.
Jeez. That's when Jerry decided to build the Jerry world.
No, he was born in Fort Myers. He's from Florida. He played ball in Florida. He was not from here. The Bunny Ranch, yeah. You can't have great quits. There's some good quality coaches in the SEC right now. The SEC is going to be tough.
Missouri.
RG, when he gets caught using the university phone to make those orders, that becomes dude. Dude is smart enough to run a football program at a powerhouse university, but he ain't smart enough to buy a throwaway phone to get his hookers.
We're too
The same.
arrogant.
It's a that's part of it. It's the same thing as what's his name when he was in Arkansas and he wrecked his motorcycle with the bitch on the back. I mean, this is crazy. These look at and there's no immunity. There's no university that's immune. Look at Mike Price. Mike Price had been given the job at University of Alabama, and what got him? He never coached a game. What got him fired? He was in a strip club down in Pensacola. The brand new University of Alabama coach was in a strip club in Pensacola and they got pictures of it, and they fired his ass. It's crazy. People, you represent the university. It's basketball time. Yeah, I think we're all right in basketball. We've taken some lumps, but there was a 3-game stretch. Craig, did you? I know you saw Alabama play number 1, number 8, and like number 11 back to back to back. Yeah, and we led all of them in the second half and lost all 3 games. He likes the boobs. Yeah. Time for him to rethink his hobbies. Absolutely. You can't, and especially today, to be famous, you can't hide anywhere. Everybody's got a phone. Everybody want, and we are such a camera society. Everybody wants to catch somebody on film. You can't. They want because they want to get rich quick. They want to sell video of you doing something. Except for nobody ever wants to sell video of me. I'm at the grocery store. How boring would it be to follow me around? I'm in Phil Campbell, Alabama, laughing at deer corn in the grocery store. They're like, this dude is boring as hell. He just went to the Piggly Wiggly. What the hell?
Those things still exist?
I got evidence.
Yeah, the Piggly Wiggly. There's quite there's at least 6 or 7 of them in North Alabama.
Okay.
Or they should be. There's a bunch of them in Birmingham. The Hoggly Woggly. If I'm not mistaken, Trina's in Birmingham. Are you still here, Trina? Aren't there a lot of Piggly Wigglies in Birmingham? You gotta know where the stores are now. Yes, there are. Why is it called Piggly Wiggly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's
Dude,
12 of them. There's 12 of them in Birmingham. Josh, if you didn't know, Piggly Wiggly is a grocery store. I know you're a Canadian and have no clue what Piggly Wiggly is. That'd be a grocery store. All right, John. Let's see, buddy.
Good night, John.
Knows the story of the name. I'm gonna have to go back and Google this. I mean, it came up when I typed in Piggly Wiggly. Name. There we go. All right, so everybody, y'all gonna learn something. All in the name. Saunders' reason for choosing the intriguing name Piggly Wiggly remains a mystery. He was curiously reluctant to explain its origin. One story is that he saw it from a train window. Several little pigs were struggling to get under a fence, and the rhyming name occurred to him. Then. So that's strange. See, you don't learn it.
Yeah, it does have a funny pig logo too. Yeah.
and it's weird. So some of the ones, and then some of the ones up here are like half a Piggly Wiggly, half an Ace Hardware, which is really strange. So I went into one of those because I ran it. There's one of those in Red Bay, Alabama, which is on the line. Red Bay, Alabama is like 4 miles from Mississippi. So when I went through there, that's where I pulled over because the brakes were acting up. And then I grabbed some breakfast, and I'm like, "Oh, look, Piggly Wiggly! Wait a minute, that's so you walk through the Piggly Wiggly, and there's like a deli section. Their little meat counter. Where they're making food, not the deli, but the prepared food. And there's like a big grocery thing, a big cooler that has like prepared cakes and stuff. You walk right through there into the hardware store. It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen. You're walking through the prepared food section, slam into a hardware store. So strange.
Yeah,
That's right.
nearest
That's right,
Piggly
guy.
Wiggly now is Athens, Texas. I just looked it up.
In case
2 hours, 8 minutes from here.
you never know when the wife is going to send you to the store and you need a loaf of bread and a can of spray paint. Or that one had all kinds of more. It had more Yeti stuff than I'd ever seen. So evidently Ace Hardware must be a Yeti authorized dealer or something. They had, I mean, every Yeti cup color known to man. I'd never seen so much Yeti stuff. Cups, coolers, you name it. They had it. It was crazy. So Piggly Wiggly was the first grocery store to allow people to shop the shelves. Yeah, it was a comedian, Tim Wilson. I used to love. He passed away in 14. He used to have a joke talking about the lady at the lady at the grocery store. How those old grocery stores, they had like the half to go into the office. They had like the half doors. He made fun of the half door, and somebody'd write a check and they'd be screaming for the manager because the manager had to, back in the day, man, the manager had to come verify the check, and he'd sign it. Yeah. Did you eat at Lambert's? What is Lambert's?
It's where they toss the roll at you. They throw it across the room. The restaurant.
No.
Home of the tossed roll or something like that.
I'm about to say where I don't remember where I ate. I ate Wendy's for lunch because you can get the $5 bag because I'm cheap.
Here's what you need, Scott. If only they made this in keto.
I haven't been to Foley in a long time. Dark Horse, that's not good, man. I hope you get to feeling better. I think Dave's down now for the count. Somebody text me and remind me to call Dave tomorrow. Siri, remind me to call Dave tomorrow at 3 p.m.
You mean okay. Dave that lives in the garage?
Tomorrow, 3 p.m.
Yeah. Garage Dave, yeah. Hey, did you see the part with what I'm going to build tomorrow?
Jake, are those on your fitness channel? Those snacks?
Yeah, fitness in my mouth.
This is what I'm building tomorrow. They got the truck.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's what I'm building tomorrow.
Now, is that electronic or is that like the trap?
No, it's just PVC, PVC glue and gravity.
Like trap
I'm putting them all on the driveway, and because they got the wires on the truck, and I'm calling it Mauschwitz.
But is it a entrapment? Like it?
No, they eat the little green. I'm gonna feed them a nice.
Their last meal.
I'm gonna feed them a nice snack.
Yep, yeah. Feed them their last meal.
And I was told to make sure it had that stuff in it. So I'm gonna feed them some Brahma, whatever that is.
Bromesrin, yeah, or something like that. Well,
because it's going to be so cold. They're going to try to eat my truck again.
Mm-hmm. Just make
Be
sure
having
you
it.
keep it. Make sure that if you find any dead ones, don't let the dogs get a hold of it. It will kill the dogs.
Yeah, that
Who's selling a Moultrie deer corn feeder right now?
I don't know, but I know where you can buy some corn. And I went through Moultrie today. Or yesterday I went through Moultrie. There is a Moultrie, Alabama. It's a highway, whatever the hell I was on. So it was up late.
Yeah, you can spread your deer corn faster than you can, or
Is that
you could
the
also spread mouse killer with it, I think.
one that has the motion detector where it drops it when there's motion?
I don't know. I need to look it up.
I have not, correct. Have you ever been to Lickskillet, Alabama?
Lick skillet.
Have you ever been to Boring, Tennessee? It's at the Tri-Cities Airport. Boring, Tennessee.
That is
That's got to be an interesting place to visit.
that's there used to be Harlan used to go to an auction there. That's where Joni's grandparents live. That should tell you a lot.
It's got a light sensor. I guess it goes off at dark, or I don't know.
It's because it's cold up there, Don. Y'all don't have anything else to do but name your city's funny names.
Of course, you
It's-
know
it's
where
e-
my mom grew. You know where my
It's
mom
either-
grew up in Pennsylvania? I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter I and INNER something.
I thought all the Michigan names are supposed to be named after Indians.
Intercourse, PA. Yep, Landshark Picker had it right. And it's not very far from Blue Balls, Pennsylvania.
What?
Actually, it's Blue Ball.
Well, at least the Amish have a sense of humor. Larry, you have been replaced by your crown of commenter of the whatever has just now ended, and Farsight Jack is now taking the lead.
Yeah, Birdenham. Yeah, that's nearby.
Only
there many
Michigan,
times.
only on the lakes. Yeah, I know, because my grandparents, they lived in Deerfield. That was some real that took a lot to come up with that. Oh, and it was nowhere. Take exit 2 off M23. Go through what's that other little town? I ain't been up there in so many years. It's a village in Michigan. With a population of 901. It used to be only 600. So man, it's growing.
That's a 50% growth. No. Yeah.
Petersburg. You get off exit 2 on M23 and go through Petersburg. Or exit for whatever it is, whatever the Petersburg exit is.
You mean the one in Russia?
No. What time is it? Is it time for me to go to bed yet?
10 o'clock. 9 o'clock their time.
9 o'clock. Okay.
There's Connie.
And at least, Connie, 2024 has not ruined your sense of humor. You can count on death taxes and 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 Connie with bad comments. Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm a shit flipper. Hmm.
Yeah, it's itty bitty. The biggest town near I don't know how big Blissfield is, but Adrian is the only town of any kind of size near Deerfield. Every time we come back there, we have to stay. We have to stay all the way up at Dundee because there's not even a stoplight in Deerfield. There's one flashing red light. There's no stoplight. There's like one little bitty grocery store ish, and maybe a gas station and a grain elevator. I think that's it. Post office and a Methodist church.
If
Yeah,
it
you
ain't
just wonder
Lutheran, it's no good.
who named towns and how damn, the Commonwealth Swinger has showed up. Uh, I think we found Connie. We found you somebody to go play with. You can play with the Commonwealth Swinger.
Commonwealth Swinger? Oh my God. When did you change your name? Oh
I
my
don't.
God.
I don't think this is the same.
You
I
don't
think
think
this
it's
is
the same?
somebody. I think this is somebody that's lost.
Okay.
That's a lot of pineapples. Why aren't they the right way?
I know.
Hey, for those of y'all who are playing the home game, the pineapple. I did a short video on the pineapple, little stained glass piece of pineapple. It sold for $20 at auction last night. I don't know, Mark. A lot. Manage all inventory. 992.
There's a little girl just a swinging.
All right, I've run out of things to talk about. Are we? No, I'm not doing the trash to cash bash.
Nah, don't think so. I don't want to see.
I would have my own hotel room too. There, Swinger.
I
Thanks.
don't want to. I don't want to see Kevin in a G-string. No, 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 no.
I have to make sure I tell Kevin that his namesake showed up tonight.
Hmm.
And I thought, could this be a reseller? And then they talk about trash to cash, so that would definitely make them. Patrick Murphy is flying by. Hey Jennifer, how are you, dear?
Hi, Jennifer.
The time has come where I've run out of stuff to talk about. Somebody give me something to talk about, or we're gonna have to.
I'm getting sleepy. I'm about to crash. Jake's young. He can stay up till the deep dark hours of night. I can't.
Yeah, I'm getting there too. I need to. Carol said I hadn't honestly hadn't paid attention. Dark Horse, I think you're right. If you look, you're not going to have any choice because the way the jobs are being eliminated, there is a. I mean, if you believe in conspiracy theories, they're pushing towards a universal income, and so how do you do that? You have to put a bunch of people out of work. Um,
UBI.
So Steve works. Uh, and so he doesn't. He doesn't. When he gets home, he can't see Marsha all day, so they go do whatever. Or he probably watches Marsha work on eBay.
Mm.
Yeah, same here, man. I'll do my best to get on my own.
Hey Todd,
Yep.
what do you keep your house temperature at for you people way down south?
It's 72 degrees 24/7 on our thermostat.
I've got a tenant right now that insists on keeping our thermostat at 75 because she doesn't pay the electricity. You know how hard that is at single digits? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
If you're paying the electric for that tenant, you got a bill to pay.
Is this the same one that had the illegal thing in it?
He
Yep.
says, "Yep."
Yep.
What
Yep. Had the illegal
thing?
ceramic heater that doesn't even have a thermostat on it.
Mm.
Yeah. But the heating system in there it's rated 50% bigger than what the square footage is. But I've learned that it's actually only rated for that if the temperature is above, I think it's 15 degrees. And so next week it's going to be in the single digits. I don't think it'll keep up. So I'll probably have to put in a space heater for her, an actual legitimate 3-prong space heater. But guess what? It won't have any controls on it. I'm removing all the controls. It'll just be 72 degrees. Oh, did I say that on live? Oh, oops. It'll have a thermostat built into it, but
that link goes to my influencer. That doesn't go to my store.
yeah, my temperature is like 68.
And you're not allowed. You're not allowed to put any product. You're not allowed to do any videos or any stuff links to your own products. Well, everyone have a great night. Before Todd falls asleep, I'm sorry, eBay Monster falls asleep. We're going to call it a night. Thanks for joining us. I hope you guys are serious like me and become better at the financial side. If you want to survive in this business, you got to take care of your finances. So I challenge you to not only become a better reseller, become a better business person so that you can continue to resell. Roll Tide. And yes, Washington, we stole your coach. Roll Tide.